Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to my embodied healing, inner healing video series. So I want to welcome you to our first video, one of many. And I thought the best place to start would be to break down the term embodiment and embodied healing in particular. So what does that mean? And the best way I can explain it is that when we have emotional triggers affect us, and it creates this response in our bodies, in our brains, in our physiology, in our nervous system, in our cardiovascular, all of our systems respond to that emotional trigger. It's stressful. And then it comes through. Sometimes it feels like a wave moving through us. And then often, because our bodies can't hold it, it can't hold the experience of that. It's too overwhelming. It's too much. And because of that, it interrupts what should be a flow of energy, of emotion, of like this visceral reaction that we have going on. It should be able to complete. But when it's too much and our nervous system can't hold it, we can't hold space for that because it overwhelms, then we have to operate from a survival response. So we're going to quickly pop out of our bodies, and we're going to go into like what we always do, like our typical response. So we might project the blame onto someone else, and hyper focus on them, being the reason this is going on inside of me, because I can't be with this feeling, so it's got to be out here. I can't keep it in me. So that's one thing. The second thing could be that we start the narratives of there's something wrong with us, and we get into those stories of, I've always been this way, I'm always going to be this way, I'm too sensitive, I'm too this, I'm too that, somehow deserving of all of this. We can get into those narratives as well. Other times, and sometimes they're concurrent, they happen with it, but we can get into distracting because we can't cope with it's just too much, or we can numb, or we can suppress it, and we can adopt we can pour it into overworking, or some kind of perfectionism, people pleasing, or basically anything that allows us not to hold on to it, and we can put it outside of ourselves somehow. So embodied healing, embodiment, is allowing our bodies to hold our experience so that we don't pop out, that we can actually sustain this process that is trying to complete its cycle. So when this is occurring, and there are patterns in our lives, but when this pattern comes up again, and here we go again, then there's this option available when we see that, and when we start to build capacity to hold it. There's this option to understand it, to talk ourselves through it in a very different way than the inner critic. There's an opportunity to support our nervous system. We can do some tapping, we can do some deep breathing, breath work, we can do any form, we can ground, we can do some muscle relaxation. There's all kinds of ways that we can support our nervous system to feel, because what happens when we don't, and the cycle gets interrupted because we can't hold it, then it will come up another time when the conditions are ripe and we get triggered, and then all of a sudden, often it's when that window of tolerance is really low or non-existent, and then it just happens very, very quickly. And again, we're back into those cycles of that self-blame and what is wrong with me, and I just yelled at this person, and this isn't me, and it's not you. So I wanted to share embodiment, which is really like learning to contain, to hold our experience, to allow it to complete. And I would love to say that once we complete the cycle, like we allow the feelings to fully be felt and then have the closure, and I'd love to say that it's over and we don't have to feel it again. But what it does do is it gives us space that we didn't otherwise have. So in previous times, we weren't able to feel quite this deeply. We didn't have the tools to hold it this long. We didn't have the awareness to see it from a wider, expansive lens. So each time we're able to hold more space, and we can do it consistently, where our nervous system starts to learn that anything can kind of come and move through and complete, and then we know that it's integrated in our experience now. So this is so important, and that's why I do focus a lot on, one, increasing self-awareness of what is actually going on, so that we can take our attention off of what we're perpetuating in these ways of avoiding and distracting, and allow ourselves, where possible, to feel and support ourselves to the degree that we are able to grow our capacity, heal a layer at a time. And with the right support and the right tools, we can very much do that. So I hope you liked my video. I promised I wouldn't go on for too long, and I look forward to building off of these discussions. So if you have any comments or questions, please reach out privately if you want in the comments, or please like my video and just tell me if you did find it supportive. Just show me a little thumbs up or a heart to let me know that you liked it. All right, thank you very much. I will talk to you soon.